Cold and rainy. Slept at the library last night. They're good places, man. If you find them with overhangs like this, oh yeah. They're kind of like public spots. I mean, you're not supposed to sleep at them, but I thought I got caught. I was laying there. It's early still. It's not so early now, but it was early then. And I was just laying around. Nobody could see me over here because there's a lot of clutter. Like a little park here, you know, and there's all these boxes and planters and big, I don't know what you call it, you know, looks like just like a stadium seating made out of stone, bleachers made out of stone almost. So you really have to be looking over here because you get lost in the clutter. But all of a sudden I noticed the lights were on. I was like, what's that? I feel lit up over here, you know, backlit. I turned around, whoa, rolled all my stuff up. But while I was doing it, I was looking really carefully. I didn't see any movement in there, so I feel like they might have come on automatically. Or if somebody did go in there and turn them on, they're like way back in the other side of the library in the office and didn't see me, hopefully. If they did, I hope they don't care. Because I need to do this again. This is what I'm talking about. Anybody wondering that are watching these like, wow, when are you going to do that bike tour? I don't know. It's February. Ain't exactly bike touring season. Neither is March. Not around here. Not heading up north. It's not. Because I'll get up there rapidly. Going due north. It's easily 100 miles every other, every 2 days. I can do 100 miles in a day on a really good road like the interstate. Oh yeah, 100 miles a day. Little back road, U.S. highways that aren't as flat, more steep hills maybe. They don't grade them as well. Interstates, they're graded. They survey them on really the flattest spots they can find, and then they grade the hell out of them. Then U.S. highways, they just kind of like build those right over the landscape without doing much of anything. So they're harder. They're rougher. There's no shoulders sometimes, or very little. I don't know. Like I said, I'm gonna have to just pick a time when it's like 2 or 3 days of no rain, and just really look at the Google Maps satellite and see if I can't find something that looks like I could, basically you can't really tell from looking overhead. You can't. But then I can see buildings overhead, and then they've got this other app where you can, this function on the map that you can push a button and it shows what the scenery is. You ever see those cars, Google cars riding around with that camera set up on top? Those things are, I was like, what the hell is that? Kind of bothered me. Still bothers me, but I use it. I use those photos they took because you can really get a good look at everything that's going on around the area. Ooh, there's an overhang. I found a bunch of them doing it. So, for good or ill, get yourself a smartphone if you're out here and use that satellite. It's going to help me a lot. That's another thing that just killed me on my kayak trip is I had a phone at first and I was using Google Maps. I could see sandbars. No guarantee if those sandbars are there anymore because they get washed away and moved downstream a little bit sometimes. Some of them are permanent. But it was better than nothing. I could see areas that was like, no, this is just stone, engineered levees for miles. And big cofferdams or whatever they call them. They look almost like stone jetties out in the river. Trying to keep it from washing away. I don't know what they're for, actually. I'm not an engineer. But then you could see where the part of the river where there's more banks that you could get on and sandbars and stuff. Man, I lost that phone. I was using a damn rope, a road map for river travel. Oh, there's the bridge. Okay, I know where I'm at now. Sucked. Because I could tell where I was at on the river. I might not be able to make a phone call or sit there and watch a movie on the side of the river or anything, but I could, the Google Maps would still have your location pretty well pinned down. It did. It was like, I had it for about 75 miles of the Big Sioux, and it was right on the money. It was. It had me pegged. It's like, oh, you're 10 miles from the next town. And then right on time, here comes the next town. And I would see myself moving all closer and closer and closer. So there I was. The blue dot was right there where the town was, you know. So whatever you want to think about that, yeah, they got you. Like, right, if I checked the map right now, it'd have me pegged right here at the library. It would. I don't think you could send a Stinger missile if you wanted to get my location using that. Sure. But anyway, I'm going to move away from this spot and go to another. I should just go inside, but the McDonald's, it's right across the street. That was one of the good things I saw about this. I'm like, dude, McDonald's right across the street. But I'm kind of like waiting for the rain to slow down a little bit. I don't like getting wet. I'm like a cat.